I woke up in my tent in the outback of Australia. The sun was shining from the blue sky as I began yet another day of mineral exploration. This was my job. I was looking for minerals such as copper, zinc, and lithium. Awareness. I think that is an important word. Through my experience in Australia exploring minerals, I became aware of how much time, resources, and labor that is implemented into the single phone. And how unfortunate it is that many of us buy a new device every year. I had to ask myself, are we practicing responsible consumption and production? Are our resources being utilized to the best of our ability? Today, we're in the midst of the culture where we overconsume and overproduce. This can be seen in many industries, where the fashion industry is one worth mentioning. As for clothes, we actually buy twice as much clothes as we did 30 years ago, but at approximately the same price. Our globalized world has enabled us to distance ourselves from the source of the product. When we walk into a store and see a piece of clothing selling at $10, we do not connect the finished product to the production of the material, the labor of the coloring and the sewing, the underpayment of the workers, the shipment of the garment, or the fashion carbon footprint affecting our planet.
I was born in a fast-developing African country, Uganda. My childhood wasn't that easy one, but somehow, here I am, standing before you all. From a degree in business management, to professional modeling, to building and running several fashion boutiques in Kampala. You may all wonder how I got into fashion. It all started after I won a beauty contest in Asia as a model. I understood I belonged to the fashion industry. That competition marked my debut into the world of fashion. I love fashion. Ever had the feeling of wearing a new garment for the first time and you feel a little more confident about yourself? Ever had the feeling a new outfit gives you more energy and puts a smile on your face? Fashion helps us express our identity. Clothing helps us to be different enough to stand out, but similar enough to belong to the group we want to be part of. The changes in fashion are exciting and enjoyable. We simply like variations, and we like to wear new clothes. Fashion demonstrates our ability to change. The instant gratification of material defines our happiness and well-being. Coco Chanel said, "Fashion is not something that exists in dresses only. Fashion is in the sky, in the street. Fashion has to do with ideas, the way we live, what is happening." We need an ever-changing wardrobe. Our bodies change. Fashion and trends change. Our mood, our lifestyle and budget change.
Do you guys know how many pieces of clothes you own? Or how often you wear them? In Norway, we on average own 359 pieces of clothes each, where 1/5 of those are rarely or never used. Unaware, we have moved into an era of fast fashion and overconsumption. The lifetime of clothes has decreased by half, and every year, Norwegians get rid of about 23 kilos of clothes. Globally, only 10% of the clothes we donate end up at our local thrift store, while the remaining pieces are transported elsewhere. I spoke to a lady working in Ghana, and she told me that every week they receive 50 million pieces of clothes. She also said that the large quantity makes it impossible for them to upscale, redesign, or sell every donation received, which results in 6 million pieces of clothes ending up in their landfill every week. Worldwide, close to 85% of all textiles produced ends up in the landfill within a year. Honestly, it is no surprise the fashion industry is the second most polluting industry in the world, responsible for 8 to 10% of the world's CO2 emissions, which is more than all shipping and air traffic combined.
When it comes to fashion, I'm aware of the flip side of the coin. The people working and dying for the fashion industry, the rivers running past the textile factories filled with chemicals, causing a largest population of people with cancer right in the heart of those factories. The lack of safety measures, causing buildings to collapse, killing more than 1,000 people in one event. In many communities, the pollution related to the fashion industry is causing contaminated food and drinking water, dermal problems, skin rashes, numbness in the lips, and life-challenging health problems. Fast fashion is not cheap. Someone is paying for it. It is not just us as customers. So here we are, loving fashion on one side, and on the other side, we admit that our overconsumption of clothing is a major challenge. What can we do? What are our solutions?
The best action is to use what you already have. Well, that is easier said than done. Society and social media somehow expects a new outfit on every occasion. Nevertheless, there are other solutions. You can sew your own clothing, redesign, repair old clothes. You can swap clothes with friends and family, buy secondhand. You can support businesses who are transparent about their supply chain and material, or you can rent. I started renting clothes years ago, and it was linked to my own overconsumption and lack of space in my wardrobe. And buying lots of cheaper pieces of clothes does not equal to saving money. With fast fashion having such a prominent place in our day-to-day life, we on average just spend more money on clothes. But what does it matter if we stop over-consuming when large corporations keep overproducing? Sometimes we forget that the fashion industry, as any other industry, is depending on us buying their product to sustain their business. We believe if we're able to challenge the buy, use, donate, buy new mentality, that our actions can have meaningful impacts. Clothes are a need, we cannot deny that. But the main questions to discuss loudly are how much clothes does a person need to own? Is clothing and fashion a wise investment? Do we guarantee that our bodies will not change? And with awareness of the industry, can we make better choices?
We wanted to create an offer that gives the people of Norway the ability to choose a more sustainable fashion journey. That's why we founded ReLi, a company that rents out clothes to the fashion-conscious members. With ReLi, we want to build a virtual wardrobe of occasion, work, and outdoor wear that is shared between all women. We want to build a community on self-love and positivity where the piece of clothing can be shared by multiple people, multiple times, reducing the carbon footprint of the garment, yet build confidence and identity. We handpick our inventory and use designers that are willing to work towards sustainability Through the rental service, we want to reduce the times we impulse buy, leave a piece of clothing just hanging in a wardrobe, or donate, just make room for more. When renting, you spend less money and time on shopping, and at the same time, be part of the fashion revolution. All this with no limitations to your style, your fashion expression, or creativity.
So, what practices do we have within our business that makes renting more sustainable? First off, 75% of our inventory are second-hand pieces that look amazing, or as we like to call it, pre-loved. The remaining pieces are from brands who we believe in, who are working towards sustainability in the sense of design, material, transparency, or supply chain. We design reusable bags for our garments to be shipped in, tissue paper and stickers made from recyclable or compostable material. We also teamed up with a shipment company who's determined to reduce their CO2 emission by 50% in the next 4 years. In-house, we repair, clean, and dry each garment as gently and eco-friendly as possible. Our aim is to ensure that the resources behind each garment is being utilized to the best of our ability with the extended use. And when we are no longer able to rent out the item, we sell it as pre-loved. Our solution will cut down the extraction of materials, reduce new purchases, and lower the fashion carbon footprint of each garment. The question is, will people change behavior from buying to renting? Will renting become the new normal? And is renting a way to responsible fashion? We believe the first step is awareness.
Thank you.